As Russian soldiers continue to wage war in Ukraine, killing more innocent civilians, we're sharing the story of a Florida pastor who recently returned from the region. He spent nearly 2 weeks helping Ukrainians escape violence and find freedom. Tonight, he's talking only to Contact 5 investigator Katie LeGrone about what he witnessed and why it hit so close to home right here, right now in Florida.
The images take you there. In Przemysl, a southeastern town in Poland at the edge of Ukraine, just 10 miles from the border, signs of fear and despair are meeting help and hope.
I describe this as a really wonderful experience and a completely horrible experience.
This is where Pastor Joel Tooley of Melbourne, Florida, recently spent 9 days on the ground with Nazarene Compassionate Ministries, offering hot food, warm beds, and new starts to fleeing Ukrainians, most of them women and children.
You would see a mother who was just determined, like she was going to find the next thing, and she was on a mission, and she's going to get to safety and protect her kids, and this huge, sense of resolve. And you'd have others that were just completely had lost all hope and despair. Then there were those people who just had no idea where they were going.
This is an image he captured of 2 young Ukrainian sisters who made it out, but had no place to go. Volunteers connected them with a church in the Netherlands, where they are now safe.
We ran into 3 young men who were all 17 years old. They had traveled from Kyiv. They arrived there. They had no connections. Their parents sent them out of the country.
The stories of children and teens from Ukraine hit close to home for Tooley, who has for years worked to welcome unaccompanied children seeking freedom here in the U.S. from countries south of the border. But as an ongoing immigration feud between the DeSantis and Biden administrations threatens Florida's future of welcoming these migrant children here, Tooley says his recent trip to Poland is a reminder of a need that remains at home.
The resolve that I left there with was a greater determination to look at the solutions that we need to make in our own country for people who are trying to cross into our borders, because their stories are not that different. We can name the enemy, Putin, the Russian regime, and in some countries we can't put a name to why people are fleeing, but the suffering is the same, the oppression is the same.
Katie LeGrone, WPTV News Channel 5.